Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Dave in here, always helping you play creatively. So, recently, my musical journey has taken really a major turn where I'm not playing as much. And if you've noticed, I've not been making as much YouTube videos, and that's all been related. And I figured, hey, I'm not playing as much. It's hard for me to come up and with new content for you guys when I'm not even playing as much myself. However, my journey has taken a turn into more music production, and really that's where the world is, and it just took me a long time to catch up. And so a lot of my videos now are going to focus really on that journey, and so I'm still learning this, but I'm excited for where I am and for the prospects of where I can be. So today we're going to look at this tune that I released yesterday, and it's just a chill vibes song. And so here's what it sounds like, and you could check it out on Spotify under my artist name, David Michael. So this is what it sounds like.
That's my daddy music.
Anyway, that's just a little sample of it. It adds a little bit more when you get later in the song. It builds a bit. So just want to go through kind of how I build this out, and then you can take this and then you can use these concepts to build your own tracks. And so I'm really drawing heavy from like Caribbean music. My upbringing is I grew up in the Bahamas, and so I grew up listening to local stuff, which would be Rake and Scrape, Junkanoo, Calypso. But then, Jamaican music has a big influence in the Bahamas. And so this has more of a dancehall vibe. So let's go over the drums real quick. All right, let's start there. So what I did here was I took a drum track, but I distorted it a little bit, and actually I distorted it quite a bit. I'm going to see if I can pull up the actual drum track for you. So this is what the drum track sounds like without that. All right, got that drum track from Splice, and I distorted it using a red light distortion. It comes with Studio One. So that's one part of it. And then looking at another area of my drums, here's another one. So I kind of add to it using some samples in Studio One. So you got those two layered on top of each other, just trying to capture that boom, 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 that feel right there. So I want to lay that down. And then I think this is the loop. Oh, I got some shakers right here. They're really low. Let me turn them up for you. And so when you have all of that together, you get something like this. And I felt like it was giving me enough feel for what I was going for. So then the next part of that is I'm just laying down this foundation. We move on to the bass, okay? And this is what the bass is here. All right, so that's, do I have it muted? All right, so I'm a keyboard player first, and so coming up with chords is never really a problem for me. But if that's a problem for you, I actually have a course that you can check out, and you just go to play-creatively.com, and you can check out all my courses on just learning the fundamentals of gospel and jazz. And then you can take those concepts. I talk a lot about progressions. You can take those concepts and you can apply that to your music production. And so I definitely recommend checking out that course because it's really going to give you a solid foundation. All right. So we have the bass. Now I have another bass track here. I guess I layered it. I think I wanted to give it something on the top or in the middle. It seems like it's been a while since I made this, to be honest with you. So those two together. Turn those up. Yeah. So I really like how that part came out. Okay. And then we have the keys, and here I'm using the Wurlitzer 140B from Keyscape. Okay. And sorry, I don't think you can see some of my plugins, but the chords are A minor. So I'm going from A minor, G sus 2 with a B to C major 7, okay? And then I go to an F7, E minor, 7, and then I have this in there. And that's an E dominant 7. And then I add that little B on top after, and the progression starts over. So here's the progression together. All right, cool. And so then I stack it with some guitars, and man, one of the things I want to figure out as I grow in this journey is, man, how do I get just, really good guitar samples that feel real? So one of my cheats right now, until I figure that out, or, download them from Splice for them to fit with my music, is I use a lot of just muted guitars, and then I try to capture that feel. So here's what I did. I did it all on the keys. This is one of them. So if you hear that on top of the drums, yeah. And then something I did with that one was, and this sample is literally just coming straight out of Studio One, but it does have an amplifier plugin running through it, the Ampire plugin running through it. And then I also pan that really hard to the right. Okay. And then I have another guitar here. So if you put those two together, coming up. Okay. Now let's just talk about, okay, I'm telling you what I'm doing, but like, why am I doing those things? That's a really big thing. Okay. So what I want to happen musically is what's also happening with the drums. And so with this guitar here, right, that's kind of almost, I think, mimicking the shakers a little bit. So if you just put that and the shaker together, let's see. So that's kind of mimicking what's going on with the shakers, okay? So I'm really thinking of that as my rhythm guitar, all right? All right, so that's really important. And then keys wise, I'm just trying to think of what is an interesting progression, honestly. And honestly, I just gotta say that just comes with years of experience. I don't really know how to articulate that too well. If I listen to it right now, yeah, honestly, I think I just sat down and was like, okay, I think this progression sounds interesting enough. But like I said, go ahead, check out my course, because it really just, you have to kind of build up your vocabulary of progressions for you to know what's interesting, what's not interesting. But if you're not building up that vocabulary, then it's hard for you to have anything to draw from. And so you're going to still stick to kind of, basic chords like 1, 6, 4, 5 stuff, rather than venturing out from there. And this isn't even all that, to be honest with you, but I think it's just a little bit more interesting. All right. And then, just we're staying in the realm of guitars. I did want to think about, a lot of, I felt like, dance hall, reggae stuff always had cool bass lines. And so that was kind of what I was thinking about, like when I was coming up with the bass line, but also really good guitar lines. So if you think of, there's a Sean Paul song, Just Get Busy. I think it's Just Get Busy. It's like, ba-dum ba-bum 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 bum-bum ba-dum ba-bum 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 bum-bum. Right. That guitar line is so crucial to the song. It doesn't exist without the song. So that's what I was kind of thinking about when I come up with this guitar line right here, Okay. I'm thinking about like just what's a staple guitar line I can think through. All right. So to undergird what's going on is the pad right here. All right. And it's just undergirding it, I think, giving it some more bottom. And then this is really more so in the chill vibes genre, I would say. So to make it, fit, I am adding some ambience to it, which is kids playing at the beach. And so that kind of just already puts you in the mood. So I was really thinking about home when I made this, and that's just kind of what I came up with. Another really important thing is going to be risers, right? And so risers and downers. So and these just help to transition you to the next section. And so that's what I kind of have going right here. So right. All right. Now, something I did with them is I didn't make them too loud, relatively speaking, to everything else, because I wanted them to almost be more so felt than heard. I do think in the final mix, they were louder than maybe I wanted them to be, but it is what it is. So definitely go check it out on Spotify. But let me let you guys listen to the whole thing. Here we go. Let's just take it from this section, actually. right, so just pausing for a second. If you notice, I try to do this musically, and I notice a lot of songs are like this, where just almost every either 4 or 8 measures, something's changing. And so that's exactly what's happening here. Is you're going to notice a lot of little changes just every 4 or 8 measures. Okay, so I think we were about here. Cool. So that's kind of, it's about to end in a second. And so yeah, something you'll notice what I did in the middle was, you can kind of treat it like a bridge, but it's not really a bridge, I would say. But I did add another musical line, and that musical line then follows you into kind of the last section of the song. So I introduce another musical line here. Think of it maybe as the bridge, and then when you get to the last section of the song, that musical line is still playing along with everything else. And so anyway, that's how I built this track. I really did like it. Actually, I want to figure out what I did down here. I don't even remember this one. Oh, so I introduced the line on this synth right here. So this is a Vesper tone. This is a Vesper tone synth. Man, I love this thing so much. I know it says Synthex Poly, but that's not right. It's a Vesper tone Celeste, and I just love this plugin. Anyway, I introduce it on that, but then I stack it with just a steel pan that comes straight out of Studio One. So yeah, I stack it like that. So anyway, that's how I did it. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for just joining me on my journey. It's a new journey for me, at least showing you guys. I've been trying to work on this for a couple of years as I noticed the transition was happening, where I was more, been more in a director role more so than playing. And that happens, I guess, in your career. So and that's completely fine, but I do miss playing. I do miss being creative. And so I've been finding that getting into music production still allows me that opportunity. So anyway, go ahead and check out the song. If you want to definitely learn more music theory to help you in your music production, go ahead and check out my website, and definitely just watch some more of the videos on the channel. Until next time, keep watching, keep learning, and we'll all keep going together. I'll see you next time.